Добре, си я казваш. Окей. Тихо се, Николче. Okay, hello, my name is Sabina Ivanova, and today we are going to talk about different things. So first, what's your name?
Hello, my name is Kulian Draganov.
And where are you from?
I'm from here, I'm from Sofia. I have lived my life here, and currently I'm finishing my secondary education and I'm planning to study abroad.
Okay, great. During these years, or during your studies, what impressed you in your studies, in your education most?
Well, I think the best part of my education so far has been all the connections to different people I've had the chance to make, and of course all different topics, all different kinds of science, and also history and geography that I have had the opportunity to get in touch into in order to make up my mind about what I'm going to study in the future.
Okay, thanks. What are you doing at the moment? Do you do anything for living, or you're just?
Thank you. At the moment, yes. At the moment, I'm currently working in order to improve my foreign language skills for my first year at university, and I'm going to plan this. I'm planning to do this for the rest of the summer.
Great. What job do you want to do in the future? Do you want to work something in informatics or technology, or?
Well,
what's your ambition?
I'm planning to study informatics, but what I am planning to do professionally is not only, for example, being a software engineer, but I want a specialty that combines many different areas. For example, architecture or art or photography, as well as computer science.
Okay. Do you think it's a good idea to work for a large company or a small one?
Well, I have actually done both already, and so far I prefer working for a large corporation just because of all the different kinds of people you can meet there. And also, working for a bigger firm gives you the opportunity to have some more benefits, for example, using a gym with your co-workers, or having the ability to go out with different groups of people you work together with, and you can also meet different people that work for the same company every day, which is quite an interesting opportunity.
Okay, perfect. Now in part 2, I'm going to give each you 3 pictures. I'd like you to talk about 2 of them for about a minute and answer a question briefly about your partner's pictures. Unfortunately, we don't have a partner. So in this picture, they show people reading in different situations. I'd like you to compare 2 of the pictures and say why the people might be reading together and what might they do next.
Okay. So, looking at the first picture, I can see 2 people reading something that is written on a mobile phone screen. And in the background, I can see a pretty beautiful sunset or sunrise. I suppose that they might be reading some text message thread or an email for some plans that they might have later in the day or in the night. So, as what they're going to do after this moment, I suppose they're going to meet some other friends, have some fun, or take part in some kind of activity. As for the second picture, we can see 3 children reading a book. I suppose it's a children's book because of the thick cover and the little number of pages. And I suppose they're in some sort of library or reading space, because I can see shelves full of books in the background. And the kids look pretty excited. They seem to be enjoying what they're seeing in the book. It might not be something to read. It might be some cartoon or some pictures or some coloring book, but they seem to be enjoying their time. I suppose that after they finish with this book, they might start with another one, or they might just go on to play.
Okay, great. And which people do you think need to read the most carefully, and why?
Well, out of the three pictures, I would probably choose the third group, which I didn't talk about in detail, but these people seem to be reading a map or something of this sort, which in my opinion is quite much more important than reading a message thread or a coloring book, because it's going to have quite a significant impact on where these people are going to end up in the end of the day. So this is my take on which of these three groups of people have to read the most cautiously.
Okay, great. Okay, so in part 3, I'd like you to talk about something together, yeah, for about 2 minutes, yes. Here are some things that affect a person's decisions to move to another country. Talk to each other about how these things might affect the person's decisions to move to another country. So in this situation, I have to discuss the problem with you.
Right.
Okay.
Would you like to begin?
Yes, okay, great.
How might these things affect a person's decision to move to another country? Okay. So I think we could split the problem into two parts, like decisions that might persuade a person to move nowadays, and reasons that might be more of a significant problem in the future. Because I can see climate and also employment and study opportunities, which in my opinion are going to be very important in the future.
Yeah.
But what would you say about today's reasons?
Yes, of course, family and friends also, because if I'm the person to move to another country, it's of course family, I would miss my family and friends, but of course you can adjust yourself to the surroundings and to culture. Concerning employment, yes, of course, going to another country gives you a broaden a range of opportunities. So you can develop yourself in career path and improve your skills in the area you're going to study or to work.
Yes, I totally agree with you. And with today's world being more and more globalized and cultures becoming increasingly mixed together with one another, especially in the European Union, it is becoming more and more common for members of a certain family to live in different countries and, for example, bring the other members occasionally to see them or come back home, which essentially enriches the two different cultures that take part in this process. And yes, employment opportunities abroad are becoming much more available to the general public.
Yes, having in mind language spoken in the country, maybe, of course, the main language for communication is English, and if you go to Europe, I think the second language is German. So it won't affect a person's decision, in a way. I don't know. I think that if the person goes to another country, he has to be fluent speaker in the language itself. So.
Yes, but I think that out of all those reasons, the languages spoken in the particular country are going to be the biggest hurdle for one wanting to move abroad, because going for a vacation or for a short stay or even for a short working period is a different thing from moving permanently to this country, because language has to be really intricately being able to speak this language is really important, because one wouldn't be able to overcome some everyday struggles,
Yes.
which is going to make their life more difficult by a factor of
Of
magnitude.
course, I support your point of view. Yeah. Which of these things might have the least influence on a person's decisions to move to another country?
Well, as a young European, I think that moving to another country, especially in the European Union, is out of all those reasons is at least related to culture, because European cultures are quite intricately connected to one another, and also the religion is mostly the same. Of course, we have Catholicism and Orthodox Christianity, but those aren't all that different, and also young people tend to be increasingly less religious. So I think when we're talking about Europe, this is the least cause of concern.
Yeah, and climate. What do you think about climate? We have a moderate climate here. Yeah, and if we go to another countries, climate in Europe is, they have